Well, hello, everybody. It's I, the maestro of mixed media, Jonathan Boyko.
The what?
Oh, you weren't here when I got that
I was
nickname?
not here.
The people have spoken.
They have spoken,
Who's handing out these nicknames?
That's right.
The viewers.
The viewers.
That's all that matters.
I took it. They gave it. I took it. And I'm here with a very special new open mic with one John Campea and one Robert Meyer Burnett.
Yeah.
As you can see,
That's
we've got
John, the champion Campea,
We've got
and
Ray.
Robert, the loser Burnett.
Hey man, I'm new at this.
Yeah,
I'm willing to step out onto the battlefield to confront whatever my fate.
Yeah, we got Ray in the room over here, headless, and we've got Taylor fact-checking, making sure we all tell the truth. And these guys are gonna do a little to the, not necessarily to the death, maybe to the unemployment line game of Mario Kart, and
I hope
answer
not.
your guys' questions. So, unless you guys have any things you want to add, Rob or John, we can go right into the super chats.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, just point people out. I am going to be, I believe, on your screen it's to the left. I'm playing Mario. Rob's got a very cool looking Link character.
I'm Link, man. New Link. Not the old Link. I'm the new Link.
New Link.
All right. So we got the game started, and to start off our questions, we've got CJ Rebirth. He's writing, having seen the full Haley Bailey, or is it Barry?
Haley Berry.
Barry,
Not to be
yeah.
confused with Halle Berry.
Right, Haley Berry, part of your world scene, and the teaser in IMAX. I believe the new Mermaid film will be as big as the original.
That's hard to say. I mean, we've seen one scene from it. We don't know if the marketing is going to be great or not. I'll be honest with you, I'm not even really sure how big the hunger is for this live-action Little Mermaid. But I mean, she looks great, and I like the scene that they've shown us, but it's a little early to be proclaiming how big or not big the movie's going to be. Rob, what do you think?
Yeah. I mean,
Son of a bitch!
Hard to say. Hard to say. I think the movie's going to be huge, to be honest. I really do.
She looks great in it, and her voice, her voice is killer. Her voice is absolutely fantastic.
I gotta say, you know what the biggest problem with The Little Mermaid is?
What's that?
Coming out after Avatar. The water stuff.
Oh, maybe.
There's a lot of things that
We got the Aquaman 2 coming, so
it's gotta catch up with
a lot of water.
All right, so next we've got Richard K. He's writing. Oh, you know what? This is saying part 2. So let me get to your part 2 later, and we'll go to Casinema Reviews, who writes my top 5 films of 2022: 5 Elvis, 4 Top Gun Maverick, 3 Avatar, The Way of Water, 2 RRR, and 1 the first new film I saw this year, Belle. So there's Casinema's top 5.
I think, son of a bitch. Yeah, I mean, look, we've got a top, next week, we have our top 10. This is harder than I thought, by the way. We have our top 10 best movies of the year list coming next week, so I don't want to spoiler mine. I know, for me, I think I told you about this, Rob. One of my worst experiences on Twitter this year was regarding RRR. Because I was really excited about it, and I told everybody that I was going to watch it, and then
Oh, come on.
no, I really did. I really told people I was.
No, I was talking about the
I'm
game,
kidding,
buddy.
I'm kidding. I told the audience, I'm going to watch it tonight. So, thank you, Banana. So, I told the audience I'm going to watch it tonight, and so Ann and I sat down to watch it, and I got about 15, 20 minutes into it, and it really wasn't for me. I wasn't enjoying it. And that's fine, just because, not every movie's for everybody. By the way, I won. Not every movie's for everybody. And so I told the audience I'd be watching it, so I know they were waiting for me to tell them what I thought about it. So I got on Twitter, and I said, hey guys, I sat down to watch RR, and I'm like, it's not for me. I got to this part of the movie, it's not working for me, so instead of spending the next 3 hours watching it, Ann and I are going to watch something else that we've been waiting to watch. And I didn't say RRR sucks. I didn't come out and bash it. I just, hey guys, I watched this. This happened and this happened. Not for me, not working for me. I'm going to go watch something else. And oh my God, the amount of pansy-ass little fucking whiners who got on, and like, great, there were some people that got online, that got on my Twitter and said, oh, that's really too bad, John. I wish you liked it too. Hopefully you'll go back. Shit! Hopefully you'll go back and finish it up sometime, right? Like some very reasonable response. But some people like, you're just this, and this, and blah, blah, and how can you call yourself a reviewer? And I was like, you know what? Fuck this. That was when, I think up until that point, I was tweeting like 5 times a day. And after that, I started tweeting like once every 4 or 5 days. Like it was really a huge turnoff for me. And it kind of made me never want to watch RR again, to be honest with you, just because of how toxic some of the people were, just because I got on and said, you know what, this one doesn't really work for me. But there's that. Did you get it? You really liked it though, didn't you, Rob?
I liked it, but you know, it is an acquired taste. You know?
All right, anyway, sorry, that was a long answer to a short question.
All right, so
As I'm losing like crazy here.
So next up, we've got Matt W. Hey, John, Avatar 3 First Cut is reportedly 9 hours long.
No,
and
it's not.
Cameron wants to complete all VFX first before cutting it. What do you think?
This is a massive example of people misunderstanding something that's being said.
That's just not how movies
How do you
work
get
at
away
all.
from the ink guy?
Yeah, I don't know that you can.
Yeah,
And if I did, I wouldn't tell you.
Yeah,
Well,
I know.
okay, then I won't say anything, but I know how, but all right.
Really? I don't. To be honest with you, I don't know either. No one. There is not. The first cut of the movie is not 9 hours long. But yeah, I did hear something along the lines though that before he did his final cut, something he wants to have some of the effects done. But listen, no studio is going to approve 9 hours of visual effects done to a movie before getting the final cut. So there's something here lost in translation. You know what it reminds me of? Remember when James Cameron said a while ago that, oh, this movie's going to have to hit the box office of one of the top 2 or 3 biggest films of all time to break even. Well, everybody just assumed he meant worldwide and thought, oh, that means it's got to make $2 billion to break even. It's like, no. That's not what he meant. That's not what he's saying. He meant in terms of like domestic box office, because the top 2 or 3 domestic box office films of all time are around $700, $800, $900 million. And that is more conceivable because apparently this movie came in around $350, $400 million budget or something like that. So I don't know, Rob, did you see this? When you
No.
was talking about that? Okay. All right.
Short answer there.
Short
you
answer,
go.
no.
Sorry, I'm trying to concentrate on the game. No, but you can't make a 9, like you were saying.
No, he did not do that. Yeah.
Yeah, nobody could ever
Shit.
approve that.
All right, Richard K., I found your part 1, so we're going to go on with you. He writes part 1 of 2.
Oh!
Too late! I crossed the finish line! Too late! Sorry, what were we saying? Sorry,
I don't know, I've suddenly gone deaf. Richard K.,
Podcast.
part 1 of 2.
Hey, how come Peach smoked me? Got more points. I was second.
I don't know.
Are you saw me as second. I was second. Oh,
No, this is overall.
Total standing,
Yeah,
overall.
total standing. So you're up to third. You went up a spot. You're up in third place.
Welcome to the 4-hour open mic.
Sorry, I have yet to understand how to talk and play video games at the same time.
Don't you appreciate the?
It's not easy.
Do it now?
Well, I have total appreciation for Twitch streamers.
This is my very
Total appreciation for it.
I've never Twitch streamed. This is tough.
To be fair, some of them do stop in order to address.
Yeah, they'll stop. Yeah, they'll stop talking while they're playing, and then they'll pause the game and talk. Yeah.
And by the way, this is my first experience with this version of Mario Kart. So
Right. Okay. Sorry, Jonathan. We'll let you continue.
All right, so Richard K., part 1 of 2 with the DCEU reboot. Does that not bode well for the potential sequel to Blue Beetle? I know it's not even real. It's not even real release, so it's too early to talk of a sequel. But if it's a box office success, and here's part 2, if it's a box office success, they will be looking at a sequel. But because they're rebooting, does that not put an end to the sequel before the first film already kicks off?
Well, I mean, okay. So first of all, no one ever said there was going to be a sequel to Blue Beetle. I mean, obviously the operating assumption is that if any movie is really, really successful, then you'll be looking at doing a sequel to it. Damn it! You'll be looking at doing a sequel to it. So, sure. But, I mean, for all we know, this could be one of those movies that maybe was like Joker. Maybe because remember, originally, this movie wasn't even supposed to be going to theaters. Originally, this Blue Beetle movie, was supposed to be going direct to HBO Max.
Right.
So, they may not have ever actually had plans for a sequel. Where the hell do you think you're going?
I'm just saying, he does think it's a good thing. What these last final movies of the DC or whatever?
I don't think anybody can hear you, Ray.
They can pick it up.
Okay. No, it doesn't change anything. they know how, at this point, they know how good and how bad certain movies are going to do. They've had enough films in the DCU now to see that. And just because, like the old Warner Brothers, the ones that sucked, that was me, by the way.
I know it was dick.
The old Warner Brothers, the ones that sucked, they were super... One of the reasons they botched their DC universe so badly is because they were always way too reactionary. Like, instead of having a plan and sticking with it, they would go, oh, we got this plan. Oh, wait, this one movie made a little bit less than we thought. Change everything. Or, oh, wait, this one movie did a little bit better than we thought it was going to do. Change everything. And, come on, son of a... Gotta get... Oh, now I'm going to get hit with this stupid thing.
Everyone would like to know if you could get rid of Mike because I can't hear. Oh, sorry.
No. Yeah, no, like they know what the DCU is now. It's like, oh, they're not going to go, oh, wait a minute. Instead of making $500 million, Blue Beetle made $700 million. Let's change all of our plans. No, they're not going to change anything. And again, at this point, understanding that Blue Beetle was supposed to originally just be an HBO Max thing, they may have made it specifically to be a one-shot film. I don't know. Rob, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, right now, look, we're getting... Every movie is an individual experience. The idea that you're not going to get a whole cinematic universe that has Blue Beetle in it is kind of weird to me because, you know, this is the end of a universe, not the beginning of a universe. So,
oh, no! I knew I was going to hit that damn...
So I just think that...
I don't even know where I'm going.
We should take each movie individually unto itself.
Woo!
You win.
I did. You can still get second. Oh, no, you're going to be...
I got smoked at the end. Oh, man. God damn it.
All right, so next up, why don't you guys set up your next round? And Super Saint 13 writes, hey, John, are you aware of any news on what's happening with The Punisher? Love John Bernthal's version on Netflix. He says, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
I love John Bernthal's Punisher.
I do, too.
I thought even the second season was better than the first.
It was good.
I thought it was great. But
it was great.
Contrary to popular belief, I mean, I remember... What was this, 6 months ago, a year ago? There were all those reports coming out that, they've already confirmed that John Bernthal's going to be a thing. And we said, no, they haven't.
I just don't know if The Punisher fits in with the MCU.
I don't know if it fits in with
show.
the Disney...
Yeah, that's what I mean.
With the Disney thing. And at least not one that isn't heavily adapted.
Yes.
And I don't think we're going to see John Bernthal as Punisher in the DC, or in the MCU. Maybe they do a revised version of Punisher that's, shoots people with stun guns instead.
Somehow I can't see that happen.
The Tickler. They're going to rename him the Tickler. But no,
different kind of movie.
That's a very different kind of movie. So, but no, I haven't heard anything updated other than that.
All right. So moving on to Dildar here. Think it would be possible to have Henry as the older Superman for Kingdom Come. Brandon Routh, I think he means to say Brandon Routh did it, so
yeah.
It should be possible.
Well, look, especially in comic book stuff where everybody is obsessed with this idiotic multiverse nonsense, then yeah, of course it's possible. I don't think they're going to do it, though. Like we were talking the other day, like a Kingdom Come movie isn't going to happen anytime soon. Like, maybe in 5 or 6 years they might do something, but I just don't see them doing a Kingdom Come movie anytime soon. It is always hard to start off well on this level. So, I mean, it could be done theoretically, but I really don't think so. If Henry Cavill comes back, I really do want to... I know nobody believed what James Gunn said, but I do. I think there's a possibility. James Gunn said it himself that they could bring Henry Cavill back to the DCU as a different character. And I don't think that would happen immediately or even quickly, but I think if we do see him back in the DC universe, it will be as somebody other than Superman. What do you think, Rob?
I think so too. Whatever that might be. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what that is. But look, I mean, the fact is they need to disassociate themselves with the entire, call it the Snyderverse. I mean, that's just what they have to do. I mean, they're starting anew. They're starting fresh. Every new character is going to be a different interpretation of something that's going to fit whatever it is that they want to see happen now. It's just not going to be the same. It's not going to be anywhere near the same as it was beforehand.
And I think even if they do bring Henry Cavill back as a new DC character, they're going to let some time pass before they do it. Like, they're not going to say, hey, he was just Superman. Hey, look, everybody, now he's Hal Jordan 5 minutes later. So we're probably a few years away from that as well. But I don't think it'll be that Kingdom Come thing.
All right. So next up, we've got J-Jav Dav. Talk about counter-programming here. Okay, Coppola's Dracula and Night at the Roxbury were my most watched movies in my childhood. What were yours?
What is love? Well, Star Wars.
Yeah, for me too. When I got my friend Jimmy Fiddler got a bootleg videotape of Star Wars. This is like in '78, and we were in elementary school. We watched it all day. We went every day after school and watched it at his house. How did I get to be so low on this totem pole on this race?
You're really far back. I mean, Can you even hear me right now? Rob!
Thanks, buddy.
All right, so Lynn writes next. I'm happy Pascal was chosen in The Last of Us, and then we see him again in Mando Season 3. I cannot wait for these two shows.
Yeah, I mean, we're about to get our fill of Pedro Pascal in two very, very different roles. I mean, look, this year is going to start off as the year of Pedro Pascal with Mandalorian. Woohoo! With Mandalorian.
Did you already win?
I did win again, yes. God. As Mandalorian and as Joel, not two very different kinds of roles, but it's awesome. So, I mean, the MVP of January, at least, or the first few months of 2023 are going to be Pedro Pascal. So, see somebody else to sneak up and take it from him.
Yeah, actually, you're going to see, we're going to see Pedro on both shows in the same week because it'll be the finale of Last of Us and
there's a little bit of overlap.
Yeah, in the beginning of
So let me ask you, are you more excited for his returning Mandalorian Season 3, or are you more excited to see him in Last of Us?
No, I'm more excited to see Last of Us, only because the creative team, Craig Mazin, after coming off of Chernobyl, doing Last of Us, seems like a match made in heaven.
Yeah, and
so I really would love to see. I mean, I think we're going to get first-rate television, whereas Mandalorian, I don't think it's going to be surprising. We already know the direction they're going in. I think Katie Sackhoff is going to play a much bigger role, and I think we're going to. Yeah, I do too. We're going to get a lot of cool stuff in it. I just don't know. I just think Last of Us is something. Not knowing what it's going to be like, I'm more excited for that.
You know why I'm looking forward to that one more? It's just because I know what I'm getting in Mandalorian.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Super excited for it. Are you ready for the final results? They're about to give us the final results.
Oh, okay.
I'm super excited for it. I am. But it's just that we know what we're getting in Mandalorian. Like, the Last of Us is going to, with Pedro, is going to be like something new. Like, what's it going to be? And so, if they were both airing on the same night, oh, look at that. I got first across the board. Ray just goes, make sure you don't miss it. Well, Rob came in fifth.
There you go.
Yeah, but for Last of Us, it's something new, something exciting. I'm really looking forward to that.
All right, next up from Akshay the Cure. With Superman being the first new film in the DCU, what do you think the second film will be? Maybe the new Batman?
Well, by the way, we're getting in some boards now that I'm not so good at. So
well, good. That make it more fair.
First of all, who said Superman's going to be the first film? Nobody said.
Yeah, no one said that.
No one said Superman's going to be the first film. I mean, we speculate.
Wait, do we have to be motorcycles?
Oh, wow, that looks like the Bat Pod, Rob, because it's got the big wheels on it.
I don't want to be a motorcycle.
Oh, you're the Bat Pod.
No, I think you can choose anything.
Yeah, you can choose.
Yeah, nobody said, like, we know James Gunn is going to write a Superman movie, but we don't know that that's going to be the first thing out of the gate. We can speculate that. But, okay, for argument's sake, let's go to the new course. Let's say, for argument's sake, that Superman is the first one. I think Batman's got to be the second one. Well, Batman or Wonder Woman, if they do relaunch one, but it's got to be I think you set up the Trinity first. Now, that's not the only way they can do it. There's many other directions they can go. Maybe finally getting that Green Lantern thing going. But my guess is, with him already saying about how pivotal and important Batman is going to be in the universe and Superman, that if they launch with Superman, that I'd say the odds-on favorite to be the next one is Batman. Rob, could it be another one?
I don't think so. I think it has to be Batman, doesn't it?
Son of a bitch. Sorry. I'm terrible at getting the boost start.
No one whisper.
Sorry. What'd you say, Rob?
Well, I would say that, look, Superman and Batman are the most important characters in this new universe. I think that's who we're going to get first. I think it's important to make... Oh, you bastard!
Oh, my...
God damn it. That's bullshit.
This is giving me vertigo. All right.
Parts my
yeah.
mellow.
So what's next?
1 second.
So I'm keeping an eye on the live chat, and we have a message for Rob from Jesse Keller, who says, Rob, how does the Taste of Defeat taste?
Ooh, I bet it's bitter.
Oh, you know what? Hey, I'm new at this, so I'm just happy I'm holding my own.
Who taught you how to play, Rob?
You did.
But if you make me look bad, I didn't.
Oh, really? Is that true? Well, you know.
Ah!
All right, next up we've got. Oh, I get to turn it saying it. Quentin Tarantino Turner writes when my brother, mom, and I moved to Yakima,
Yakima,
Washington.
State.
Yeah. Now I see the Washington. We had absolutely nothing, and one of Mom's friends delivered us presents, and your video made me bawl my eyes out. Thank you for everything you do.
Oh, thanks, man.
Look who's first.
I appreciate that. Oh, yeah, look at that. Let's see. Oh! That didn't last long.
Bastard.
Just kind of like you, Rob. You know what? I'm not going to finish off that joke.
Hey, you know what?
That didn't take long. That was a super sweet. No, seriously, thank you. I appreciate that, and thank you again to all of the community members who participated and made this thing possible.
All right, next we've got Enrique Mejia. I feel maybe the Batman score didn't qualify for the Oscars, possibly because Riddler's theme uses Ave Maria.
Well, no, just one particular song. I mean, maybe that's like it's not the same rules. You can have soundtrack and everything like that for different things, but this was about the overall score. So I don't believe it all. I heard nothing about the Batman not being eligible for Best Score. Like a lot of times you'll have Best Song isn't eligible for a bunch of different reasons, but it's very, very rare that you hear about an original soundtrack that was composed for it is somehow not eligible. So I've not heard anything about that.
All right, next we've got Liam Jones. He writes, "Hey John, recently rewatched The League and noticed that the writer of a few of the funniest episodes is Justin Hurwitz, the Oscar-winning composer."
Really?
That's cool. I didn't know.
I've never noticed. By the way, it is crazy. I never watched The League until the series was over. And, I never finished League until the series was over. And I started at the beginning and I binged because I had so many people tell me it was great. It's crazy how many amazing people are in that. But that show is fantastic. I love The League. Now, if you're not a sports fan and you're not into football at all, I don't know whether you'd like it as much as we do, but it's clearly plugged in a lot to the football fandom. So that's one of the reasons I love The League. I think it's great.
All right, next up we've got Dildar. He writes, "Dang it, Cameron, why must you make me attracted to blue cat girls? Now I gotta delete my search history."
Well, we were talking about
that's not Rob sitting there.
We were talking about that on the John Campea Show the other day. I mean, they really went out of their way to make those Na'vi ladies sexy.
Yes, they did.
More so than the previous Avatar.
Yeah.
I mean, I kept waiting for someone's top to fall down. It was distracting. No, I mean, it was weird because I noticed it. Like I was like, they're clearly making these people more sexy than they were in the first movie.
Did you also notice that I won?
I did.
Did that one? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I noticed that you won.
Oh,
Right,
man.
next
I feel like the movies that describe Rob's personality is like Meatballs and like Porky's Revenge.
Yeah. No,
He's
Meatballs,
like,
are you ready for the summer? That's more me.
All right, next up, Big Mouth Stan. What are your thoughts on Roger Ebert? I know he was considered a prolific film critic, but I'm not sure why he was so esteemed.
I will tell you, he is my all-time favorite film critic. But the reason he was my favorite film critic was not because I agreed with his takes on. I mean, I quite honestly, like almost 50% of the time, I did not agree with his take on a movie. But you got to remember, that I don't believe at all that the job of a film critic is to say things you agree with. The job of the film critic is to express their thoughts about a movie and express why they feel that way about a movie in such a way that it helps you clarify your own thoughts about a movie. And I just thought Roger Ebert was brilliant at expressing his thoughts on movies and what worked in movies and what didn't, and why those things worked or didn't work for him.
Roger Ebert was also a great writer. He wrote a number of film books like The Great Movies.
Well, he also wrote a screenplay.
Yeah, he wrote Beyond the Valley of the Dolls.
Right? Which wasn't, not so great, but...
I own it.
But yeah, that's what he was brilliant at explaining what he thought and why he thought it. And it didn't matter for me as somebody who liked reading his reviews or hearing his reviews that I agreed with him or not. It was about, did I just really appreciate that he was great at doing that, and he was one of the best. Oh yeah, shit, I was in first place.
And he covered filmmaking for such a long period of time.
He truly was a student of filmmaking. What? How did she flatten me like that?
I don't know.
What did I even hit?
All right, so I got so carried away, I almost forgot about our ad break.
Oh yeah, let's do an ad.
We should probably take a little break here, and we'll listen to our
friends. Sorry.
Our friends from MeUndies. Okay.
The holidays are officially upon us, and it's time to start celebrating. Do your thing and holiday your way with MeUndies. Because it's the most wonderful time of the year to try MeUndies, because they're currently offering a very merry deal. Get 20% off your first purchase with free standard shipping and free returns when you go to MeUndies.com/Campea. Guys, you know I've been wearing MeUndies for a while now because I used to be like everybody else. I would go to the big store, buy the biggest box of the most generic underwear, and I thought that was good enough. But ever since I started MeUndies and started wearing the most comfortable underwear I have ever worn in my life, I swear on this Christmas season, I will never go back. So get your holiday shopping finished early and start making time for yourself with the new MeUndies holiday collection. Their undies, long underwear, and sleepwear are made out of the softest, most supple fabric you've ever felt and are guaranteed to bring you comfort and joy to all of your loved ones. Shop their classic plaid prints for a traditional, picture-perfect style, or get festive with their adventurous limited edition sweater prints. Available in sizes extra small all the way through 4XL, MeUndies has what you need to make all of your favorite people smile this holiday season, all in one convenient place. So to get 20% off your first order, free shipping, and 100% satisfaction guarantee, go to MeUndies.com/Campea.
All right, we're back here.
I got inked.
John is... Well, he's in first. I thought you were losing. The chat had me thinking you were losing. All right,
they don't believe.
So next up, we've got Chuck New 52. Hey, boss, just wondering if you think that Avatar 2 dropping in the 70s on Rotten Tomatoes will hurt its already streaky performance. I know reviews don't correlate to box office every time, but who knows?
No, not at all. I mean, the thing is, look at the audience reviews. I mean, first of all, the vast majority of the critics really like it. I mean, let's not. We're not talking like the movie dropped down into its mid-50s. Did you see that I want?
Yes.
But it's like this thing is still in the high 70s. But it's also the audience score is super high. And granted, the audience score and the critic score is only separated by like 15 or 16%, so they're pretty close. But the audience score is remarkable. It just had the highest Tuesday of the year.
Yep.
Like, that includes, out of Top Gun, like all the other movies this year, on its first Tuesday after opening, it's the biggest one ever. That means the legs on this thing are crazy good.
And it went up from Monday.
And it's already way ahead of where the original Avatar was.
Yes.
Now, that's not hard because the original Avatar really kind of, it built up a lot over time. But no, all things look very, very good for Avatar: The Way of Water right now. Again, I still don't think it makes $2 billion, but it's going to make a lot. It's already crossed the $500 million mark in 6 days.
Yes, and we haven't seen what the foreign box office is yet either.
Yeah, we're going to have to wait for a bunch of that.
All right, next we've got Motawesome. I think that without Rock's self-promotion and him announcing Soup Scene, Black Adam wouldn't have even crossed 300 million.
It's so weird to say, but you're right. I don't like. Some people were saying, "Oh, you know, letting people know that Henry Cavill was in the movie didn't help at all." Oh no, it did, because we're not taking into account how badly it would have done without letting everybody know that Superman was going to be in it.
Right.
And of course, Rock's promotion. That movie does not do nearly as well without Rock's promotion. It says something about the state of the DCEU that even with announcing Henry Cavill coming back as Superman, and even with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson using his biggest social media presence in the world of entertainment, that it still couldn't cross $400 million. I mean, that's what it says something about. It doesn't say anything about, you know, Rock's general drawing power or Henry Cavill's ability. It tells you about the state of the DCU and why this thing really does need to be rebooted. Because when you make all these movies in the DCU, like Shazam, the Harley Quinn movie, this one, and they can't crack 400. But as soon as they start making movies outside of the DCU that are totally separated from it, Joker, the Batman, and those things have big success, man, if nothing else, that tells you that the DCU absolutely has to be rebooted. At least I think so. We'll see if James Gunn agrees or not. I don't know. What do you think, Rob?
I think so too. I mean, none of the movies, with maybe the exception of Wonder Woman 1 and of course Aquaman, have ever lived up to what they'd hoped. None of them. And I think it's because it was a tonal issue. The fact is, as much as I like Man of Steel and the movies, like we said, there's no joy in those films, and the DC characters should be joyous characters. You should have fun when you're watching those movies. Man of Steel, you can't call it fun. I mean, I enjoyed watching it, but at the end of the day, I mean, that movie is pretty apocalyptic without Apocalypse yet showing up. And I think that's what DC needs to lean into more, is the fun of it all.
All right.
Next up, we've got, let me just adjust our super chat box that cuts off some of it here. Okay, we've got Vixter 5001. One underrated performance I love this year was Mark Rylance in the outfit. You're constantly trying to work him out. Great subtlety. Thanks for the well wishes, Rob. Looking like Christmas stuck on my own.
You know what? I love Mark Rylance, and I love kind of like single location kind of movies and stories, and I never got around to watching The Outfit. I heard nothing but good things about it. I've heard it's fabulous, but I never got around to watching it, unfortunately. Did you see it?
Yeah, I did, and I really liked it a lot.
What? Tell me about it.
Well, it's a crime thriller, really, and who owes what to whom, and why have the criminals shown up, and what's actually going on. It's really, really good. And Mark Rylance.
I just want to point out, this is the third time I've been hit with the goddamn blue shell. Anyway.
I don't know what that means.
It's lonely at the top, John.
Hey!
When you're in first, you get hit with the blue shell.
3 times in one thing.
Anyway, more about Mark Rylance, Rob.
Well, he's fantastic. And the film, I mean, he's always fantastic.
All right.
Next up is from Yusuf Alvi. He writes, I really hate 3D, but should I see Avatar in it? I say yes. Rob says yes, but guess what?
Okay, look, you know what, to surprise you, I'm going to say yes too.
All right.
Because I, as somebody who does not appreciate 3D at all, I think it's a useless gimmick, doesn't do anything for a movie. But even I was like, well, I got to see Avatar in 3D. And hey, listen, it's not like, here's the best compliment I can give it. A lot of times I'll watch 3D movies, and granted, I haven't watched many 3D movies in the last 5 years, but when I would go into a 3D movie, I'd go into the 3D, put the glasses on, watch the movie, and after about 10 minutes, I'm like, I wish I could take these damn glasses off, because this is ruining my movie experience. That does not happen with Avatar. I'll be honest with you, I forgot the glasses were there, because it does immerse you pretty well. Again, I still don't think I needed to see it in 3D. Next 2 or 3 times I watch this movie, I will not be going to watch it in 3D. But your reaction to it may be different than mine, and so I think you owe it to yourself to, for your first time checking it out, go check it out in 3D and see if it does it for you.
All right, Yusuf is back. Writes, hey John, love you and your show. I was wondering if you heard about Dahmer reaching 1 billion hours in 60 days. That's insane.
Crazy.
Looks like, controversy aside, this was a hit. Have you seen the show, and what are your thoughts?
I have not watched the show. I probably won't watch the show. It's far too late for me to watch it at this point. But I've heard mixed things about it, to be honest. But you cannot deny the popularity of it. I mean, the popularity of it is It was a massive success. But you know what? We shouldn't be surprised by it. The biggest things in the world right now are true crime podcasts. Like ever since that Anon thing with what was the murder one, Ray? With the kid Anon who went to prison, and now he's out. Now he's out of prison now, or something like that. But anyway, yeah, true crime podcast.
Oh, are you talking about Making a Murderer?
No, the one before that.
Oh.
Not the Netflix. It was pure podcast.
Oh, yeah.
No, but they did a touch on HBO.
Yep.
All right.
Okay. Suddenly I'm in fourth.
Go, Rob.
Well, suddenly Rob's still in ninth.
Thanks.
Stephen DeLint, Wouters saw over 60 films this year. Here's my top 10. 1, GDT's Pinocchio. 2, The Fablemans. 3, Bones and All. 4, Turning Red. 5, Tar. 6, Nope. 7, The Menu. 8, Banshees of Inisherin. 9, Barbarian. And 10, Woman King.
It's a nice list. I mean, I did not love Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. I mean, it was certainly the best Pinocchio movie of the year compared to Disney's Pinocchio. But I didn't love it all that much, to be honest with you. But yeah, other than that, you got a great list, man.
All right, next up we've got Aaron Moyer, who writes, if the MCU's multiverse... Oh, let me get you in the shot there. There we go. All right, Aaron Moyer, if the MCU's multiverse saga and Phase 5 flop, what is the future of Disney's MCU?
Okay, so why would we even ask the question if the MCU Phase 5 flops? Like, there is no chance of that happening. Has the MCU movie ever had a movie that flopped? It's never happened. I mean, no, I take that back. Eternals, I might have lost them some money. I definitely can't call it a flop, though. You know what? I'm not going to win. Came in second. Damn it. But no, there's no chance. I mean, Doctor Strange has made almost $1 billion. Thor: Love and Thunder made over $700 million. I mean, so it's such a radically. But look, Phase 5 is going to be how many years long?
Probably 2.
2 or 3 years long. Yeah, if you go through a 2-year stretch of 5, 6, 7 projects that all flop, then it doesn't matter if your brand name is Star Wars. You're going to get canceled.
Well, if you look at this year, you've got Quantumania, the third Ant-Man movie. You've got Guardians of the Galaxy. You've got Marvels that's coming on the heels of $1 billion grosser. So you're probably looking at least $750 to $1 billion for all 3 of these movies that are coming out this year.
I think Ant-Man could come in the $500 to $700 million range.
Not if it's as big as they're saying it is. No, I think Ant-Man could be $750 to $1 billion.
I mean, but I'm thinking it could be as low as like $500 to $700 million.
Yeah, I don't. But
because the other Ant-Man movies never blew up the box office.
But they're saying it's Avengers level. Peyton Reed.
I know, but I think the general going audience doesn't have as much affinity for Ant-Man as say we do.
It's true, but I think it could be.
I hope you're right. But like, who are we kidding? It's like saying, hey, what happens if pillows come to life and start attacking people? Will it affect the pillow industry? Sure. But, I mean, I don't think there's much of a chance of that happening.
Maybe not. But we'll know. Quantumania is a month and a half away.
Oh, I'm very excited about it.
All right, we're at our last question today. It's from Glenn Mark. Hi, guys. A pillow shot is a cutaway to a visual element that is held 5 or 6 seconds for no apparent narrative reason. An empty shot that is not empty. There's a lot of debate over Ozu's vase shot. I'm not sure who Ozu is, though.
Ozu's the Japanese director. Okay. I don't know if I know that term. A pillow shot, like 5 seconds.
Yeah, it is sometimes used as an editing thing. Like sometimes it's a creative thing, but a lot of times it's an editing choice. Like when there's just not something that can cover over. There's not a good shot or a good cut for something, and you can just use that almost like B-roll.
I mean, like I think of Tarkovsky, he lets shots run for minutes. I mean, I don't know. I like Ozu's films, but they're very lyrical. I mean, the Japanese movies of the 50s and 60s, whether it's Kurosawa's films or whether it's The Woman of the Dunes or Tokyo Story, or there's so many great Japanese movies, but I don't necessarily. Sometimes when a shot is being held, its meaning is its stillness. It doesn't necessarily have any greater meaning to it other than just being an image that the director wants you to take stock of.
There's an image you should take stock of.
Your win.
That image right there. See
Well,
right there? That's Mario, the Italian.
There you go. Okay.
Forza Italia. My
Hey, you
friend.
know what? I'm big. I'm right in the middle there. I'll take it. This is my first time competing in this game. I don't know these roads. I don't know the tricks.
What was Stanley Kubrick's film? It was like the very slow film. It followed
Barry Lyndon.
Barry Lyndon. I feel like he might have had some shots like that in Barry Lyndon.
Well, you know what the interesting thing about Barry Lyndon is if you look at his shots, he does these really long